Okay, we're gonna start with this. I'm gonna do a couple of these quartz Ziplocs to test out the different grain spawn, like I said. All right, so before I use this, I want to get these bags ready. I've never done this in bags, so we'll see how this goes. If you don't open them up like this, they fuse together with the heat when you poke the holes in them. Stick together both sides, so. That should be enough. All right, so here's what we do. Pull it apart a bit. Stick it in there. Get it all the way in there. On the bottom. Pushing it to the bottom. Then, this is a bit dry. I'm going to spray it. Just clean water. Just dump some in there. I don't know if you can see it against the brown of the cardboard. Some more cardboard. And the cardboard is still wet, but it's cooled down. And it's not too wet. If you think it's a bit dry, you can spray it a little bit. Like this, feels a bit dry. So I'm gonna spray it. Remember, this is the grain spawn from the grow kit. After the first flush. Again, there it is. Now, I'm using my other hand for the cardboard because I don't want to get grain spawn from this hand into that cardboard. Because if I have any left over, I don't want it to be inoculated. Okay, do that. Another layer. Feels a bit dry. Not getting it too wet, just kind of damp. Let me wash my hands. These are not sterile conditions and they don't have to be. Just gonna wash my hands afterwards. A bit more here. Look at that, a lot of grain spawn in the middle. I in layers. One more layer. I'm gonna wash my hands before I get them in there. Some of this stuff. Right now that should be good. There we go. I may tape this down. Most probably I'm going to tape it down. All right, we got one bag. Now we just set it aside and wait a freaking month. These take a long time. I really like the taste of these guys, the oysters. I'm not sure if these are blue or pearl. I'm pretty sure these are pearl. They taste really well. Their texture is kind of like meaty. It's got that umami that the Japanese talk about. I really like the taste of these. They just take a long time to grow. So the Piopinos grow really fast, real easy. We'll see how easy this feels at the end. This technique is easier than the Piopinos, so we'll see, especially if we can get the stems to work. But these I like the taste better than the Piopinos, and the texture also. They're like meat. They're great. So I'll let you guys know, of course, and if this works great, I'm going to be growing a boatload of these. Okay, so for the stems, I sanitized my knife with alcohol first, just in case. And we're going to get some nice stems here. And then I'm going to eat the caps. We could use the whole thing, but I want to eat some of these. These are good. So let's see. I'll leave some meat here for food later. You do that first. Oh, this is a beautiful one. So now I'm just going to chop these kind of small like that. I'm going to chop them real small so I can get more inoculation points, as they say. Just get them real small as I can. And I got quite a bit. I thought I was going to get a lot less, but when you chop them up like that, I got quite a bit, and I still have some food here. All right, so one thing I would do is I'm going to spray it a bit because they feel real dry. I want that to inoculate very well. Exact same thing we did before. I'm going to wash my hands first. I wonder which one is going to grow faster. The one we did with grain spawn or the one I'm doing with mushroom, actual mushroom bits. See what we're doing there? I'm going to try and remember not to mix my hands up. Keep the left one for the cardboard and the right one for the mushroom, so I don't get the rest of the cardboard inoculated. Because if I have some left over, I'm going to use it for something else or in another place, and I want to keep the experiment as faithful as possible. You know, keep the mushroom bits separate from the rain spawn. Try to spread it so they're not all in the middle. Left hand for the cardboard. Separate it a bit before I put it in there. I hope this grows well in the Ziploc. That would be so cool. And I'm starting with only the quartz Ziplocs because I don't know how this is going to work out. But if it works out, next time I'm going to do it in a gallon Ziploc. All right. Next layer, right hand for these. That's what we're doing. And this should be the last. Zip it. Squish it together a bit. We're good.